Have you ever heard of someone who seemed perfectly fine yesterday but suddenly collapsed just minutes after waking up this morning? It's not rare. Every year, thousands of Americans over 60 are hospitalized due to stroke, most of them happening in the morning right after getting out of bed or finishing breakfast. After a long night, your body is like a cold engine. One wrong move and it can overload. The good news is you can control it. I'm Dr. Thomas Reynolds, a neurologist, and in today's video, I'll share 7 morning habits that can reduce your risk of stroke by up to 80%. Each habit takes just a few minutes but can change how your brain and heart work all day long. Watch until the end, because the last habit is the golden key that neurologists themselves follow every morning. Many people think the morning is when the body is at its strongest, but in fact, it's when your blood vessels are most vulnerable, especially for people over 60. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, blood pressure rises to pump blood to the brain. The heartbeat quickens, while blood becomes thicker due to dehydration. In young people, the cardiovascular system adjusts easily. But in older adults, blood vessels are stiff and less elastic, so a sudden pressure increase is like blasting water through an old pipe. It can easily burst or clog. If you've ever felt dizzy when sitting up, had a pounding heartbeat, or saw spots, this isn't just tiredness. It's a sign that blood circulation hasn't stabilized yet. And if you then eat a breakfast high in sugar, salt, or fat, your body faces even more stress. Experts call this the morning storm, when blood sugar, insulin, and blood pressure spike together. For older adults, this storm can trigger a stroke. But here's the good news. There are simple habits that can calm that storm right from the moment you wake up. The first thing you should do after waking up isn't coffee. It's brushing your teeth and cleaning your gums properly. Many people don't realize that gum inflammation and bleeding can double the risk of stroke. When gums are inflamed, bacteria can enter the bloodstream, trigger vascular inflammation, and make blood vessel walls thicker and less flexible. I once treated George Miller, 68, from Ohio. He often had bleeding gums, but ignored it. After his checkup, he was advised to floss every morning and rinse with warm water. 3 months later, his inflammation levels dropped noticeably, blood pressure stabilized, and his morning dizziness almost disappeared. According to the American Stroke Association, people who floss daily have a 20 to 40% lower risk of stroke compared to those who don't. It's simple. After brushing, gently slide floss along the gum line, then rinse with warm water. If your gums are weak, choose soft floss or a water flosser. Remember, every time your gums bleed, it's a warning. Bacteria are entering your bloodstream. When your mouth is clean, your blood is cleaner. And when your blood is clean, the next step is to keep it flowing by breaking the habit of sitting too long. Sitting too long is a silent killer of circulation. Even if you exercise in the morning, sitting more than 8 hours a day can still raise your stroke risk by up to 30%. Your body is like a river. If the water doesn't flow, it stagnates. When you sit too long, blood flow slows in your legs and back, increasing the chance of clots. Linda Carter, 72, a graphic designer from Texas, did yoga every morning, but still felt tired and dizzy in the afternoons. After tracking her habits, she realized she sat for an average of 9 hours daily. When she started setting an hourly reminder to stand up, walk, or stretch, the results were amazing. After just 2 weeks, her blood pressure dropped, she slept better, and her mind felt clearer. The easiest way is to set a move every 60 minutes routine. Stand up, roll your shoulders, raise your arms, or go get a drink. If you work from home, place your printer or trash can far from your desk so you have to move. These small movements activate your second heart, the calf muscles that push blood back up to your heart and brain. According to Harvard research, standing just 2 minutes every hour can reduce clot risk by 15% and boost brain blood flow by 10%. Now your blood vessels are flowing more smoothly. The next step, relax your mind, because morning stress is just as dangerous. Stress triggers cortisol, a hormone that constricts blood vessels and raises heart rate and blood pressure. For older adults, even a few minutes of morning anxiety can raise blood pressure sharply, making it harder for blood to reach the brain. I once met Raymond Scott, 70, a retired engineer from Seattle. He didn't smoke, ate healthy, but always had a racing heart in the mornings. I taught him a 2-minute breathing exercise. Inhale deeply through the nose for 4 seconds, hold for 2, then exhale through the mouth for 6 seconds. After a month, his blood pressure dropped 7 points. His sleep improved and his morning headaches disappeared. Deep breathing activates the vagus nerve, the body's calm switch. When you breathe mindfully, blood vessels relax, heart rate steadies, and more oxygen reaches your brain. Spend at least 2 minutes each morning breathing slowly, maybe by a window or on your balcony. If you feel dizzy, stop and breathe normally. One well-timed breath can save your blood vessels from stress. And once your mind is calm, it's time to fuel your body the right way for a stable day. Breakfast is the launch pad for the day, but it can also be a trap for your blood vessels. Many people choose pastries, juice, or sweet coffee foods that spike blood sugar in just 30 minutes. The result, thicker blood, constricted vessels, and less oxygen to the brain. Instead, choose an anti-inflammatory breakfast mix, fiber, protein, and healthy fats. For example, cooked oatmeal, boiled eggs, unsweetened Greek yogurt, and a few slices of avocado or berries. Susan Hill, 65, from California, used to feel dizzy after sweet breakfasts. After switching to oatmeal with walnuts and blueberries, within 3 weeks, she had steady energy all morning, lower blood pressure, and no more mid-morning fatigue. According to Harvard, a low-sugar, high-fiber breakfast can reduce long-term stroke risk by 15% and improve blood vessel elasticity. If you're not used to it, start by slowly cutting processed foods 1 item per week and replace them with fresh fruit or whole grains. And after fueling up properly, don't forget to track your most vital sign, your morning blood pressure. High blood pressure is the leading cause of stroke, but nearly 1/3 of Americans with it don't even know. Blood pressure rises the most between 6 and 10 a.m., the same time most strokes occur. Check your blood pressure right after waking up before coffee or breakfast. Sit quietly for 1 minute, keep your arm level with your heart, and record your results daily. Don't worry if it's high. Sometimes the trend over the week matters most. According to the American Heart Association, keeping blood pressure below 130/80 mmHg can reduce stroke risk by up to 40%. People who measure their pressure at home regularly manage it 20% better than those who only check at the clinic. If you take medication, follow your schedule carefully and keep notes for your doctor. Once you understand your body's internal pressure, it's time to help it move smoothly with a few minutes of stretching after waking up. After a night of stillness, muscles stiffen and blood vessels tighten. Just a few minutes of shoulder rolls, wrist circles, or walking around the room can wake up your circulation. Peter Johnson, 66, from Florida, used to wake up with neck stiffness and dizziness. After adopting a 5-minute stretching and walking routine before breakfast, those symptoms disappeared within 10 days. According to the NIH, light morning movement increases brain blood flow by 10 to 15% and reduces stroke risk by 20%. And finally, drink water early. The body loses about half a liter of water overnight, making blood thicker. Drinking 1 to 2 glasses of warm water right after waking helps thin the blood, stabilize pressure, and deliver more oxygen to the brain. If you don't like plain water, add a few drops of lemon or slices of apple for flavor. Avoid coffee before rehydrating, since caffeine can temporarily raise blood pressure. Just these 2 small habits, gentle movement and early hydration, can reduce morning stroke risk by 25%. Every morning is a chance to start over, not just for the day, but for your health. I once met George Miller, who faced high stroke risk, but by changing just a few morning habits, drinking warm water, breathing deeply, checking his blood pressure, and eating a healthy breakfast, he regained energy and clarity. These 7 simple habits cost nothing, require no effort, just consistency and love for your own body. If this video was helpful, please like, share it with your friends or family, and subscribe so you won't miss the next one where I'll talk about 5 silent signs your brain isn't getting enough blood that most people overlook. Start tomorrow morning with a glass of warm water, a deep breath, and a positive thought, because that's the simplest way to live healthy and live long. This video provides general health information and is not a substitute for medical diagnosis or treatment. Always consult your doctor before changing your diet or medications.